Hey, Angela Carter here, and I wanted to hop on here and share with you guys something that I think will really be a huge breakthrough for so many of you. If you looked at the title of this video, I titled it Money is a Reward for Being on Co-Mission. And the question that I had in the title was, are you on co-mission? So what I want to do is I want to talk about how if you are in a home-based business and you are at a point right now where you feel like you're kind of stagnated at the level that you're at in terms of income, in terms of sales, this is going to be a huge breakthrough, I believe, for you. Here's why. What I had to learn on my journey and my rise to success inside of a home-based business is I had to realize that your commission checks come from being on co-mission with your company. Let me repeat that. Your commission checks come from you being on co-mission with your company. And here's what I mean by this. I've been coaching home-based business owners one-on-one. And I have a 6-month program called Fulfilled and Free that takes you from a part-time income to full-time income inside of your home-based business in 6 months. And the first coaching call that I do with my clients, and this is the one that when I survey and get feedback at the end of the coaching program, like what was part of the program that you loved, that you really felt like was the big breakthrough and the game changer for you? It was the first call. It was helping them get clear on what their life's mission was, and now helping them to align what they're truly passionate about, their mission, their purpose, with their company's mission, and now developing a mission for their team, a recruiting mission to recruit like-minded people who are already thinking like leaders, so they can recruit potential leaders into their team and do it more easily and effortlessly, and recruit people that are already self-motivated, inspired, and passionate about their company's mission and their team's mission. And that helps them to build and recruit a team that's already self-motivated and more willing to duplicate, right? So I've gotten the biggest feedback and the biggest game changer for a lot of my clients are this work around developing their mission and being on co-mission, because I can give them the strategies on how to duplicate. I can give them the strategies on how to recruit. But if I give those strategies in the hands of someone who operates from a level of self-doubt, who right now isn't operating from a spirit of partnership in their company, then that's going to be reflected in their commission checks, because your commission check is a direct reflection of how much you're on co-mission with your company. So what I want to do in this live video is I want to walk you through what I mean by that, how you can start operating from the right spirit inside of your business, how that shows up in how you're marketing, how that shows up in how you are appearing inside of your business, and how that is going to translate into what appears in your commission checks. So here's the first thing I want to ask you. Do you know your company's mission? Do you know your company's mission? So if I were to ask you, what's your company's mission statement? Can you tell it to me right off the top of your tongue right now? If not, here's the question I'll have for you. Why don't you know your company's mission? Why don't you know the mission of the company that you partnered with, that you made a choice to partner with? Why don't you know what they're up to in the world? Why don't you know what they're all about? Why can't you say it like that? Because you should, because this is a company that you've partnered with. So that's like me saying we're going to be friends, or we've partnered together to be friends, and I don't even know what your vision of what your mission is for our friendship. I don't really care. I don't really or even just we go into business together. And if someone asks you, oh, what's the business about? Like, what are you guys doing? I don't know. Like, I don't know what the mission is. Like, that doesn't make sense, and that doesn't register in the outside of the weird, wacky world of network marketing. So why are we operating from a spirit of a lack of partnership, a lack of being on commission with our company, if that doesn't work in outside of this industry? So I would say you need to know what your company's mission statement is. And it's so easy to find. You can go on your company's website and it tells it, here's our mission statement, right? Now here's the bigger question. So just knowing it doesn't mean nothing, right? It doesn't mean anything. The question is, how aligned are you with it? Then here's what I mean by that. On a practical level, can I look at you? If I were to eavesdrop, if I could put a camera to follow you every single day from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed at night, if I could follow and watch and observe how you walk, how you talk, how you lead and how you live your life, could I say that you're a walking, living, talking billboard for that mission? Can I look at your life and how you lead even outside of your business? And can I say that you have embodied that mission? If I can't, that means you're not in alignment yet with it. And again, these are just self-reflection questions to kind of be a self-check for you to say, okay, like, do I really need this training? Do I need this video? Is it relevant to me? Because if not, you're not in alignment with your company's mission. If you look at some of the top earners inside of your company, I can bet you, I don't need to know your company name. I don't need to know, as being somebody who has been at the top of a company in terms of being on the leaderboard, being on sales, speaking on stages, it wasn't until those things didn't come until I became a walking, living embodiment of my company's mission. So this is what's missing. So you can get so many trainings on marketing, so many trainings on social media, all of this stuff. But if we put it in the hands of someone who hasn't fully embodied the mission of their company, guess what? It ain't gonna work. Guess what? It's gonna lack a certain level of power that I know that's within you, but we gotta now align you with it. So if I were to look at you and how you lead and live your life, could I look at your company's mission statement and say, oh, you're a walking, living, breathe, you're a testimony, you are a walking billboard of that mission statement? If not, we got some work to do. If not, we're not aligned yet. The question that I also have for you is, whatever your company's mission statement is, how passionate and excited are you about sharing it and living it every single day and enrolling other people into living it every single day? How passionate and excited are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I am so pumped up, fired up, excited about it. I share it. I live it. I want other people to live it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how passionate and excited are you about your company's mission statement? On a scale of 1 to 10. And if you've given yourself a 5 or a 6 or even a 9, my challenge to you is this week I want you to raise it, and I'll share with you some strategies on how to do that. But this is where your commission check's gonna come from. I can look at your commission check for the past 4 weeks. Let's say you've been in your company for at least 4 weeks, right, in order to do this. And if your commission check is going down, usually it's a direct reflection of your excitement and passion for the company's mission is going down. Now, this is if your company hasn't changed like the comp plan or something like that. But if your commission check is starting to go down, starting to trickle down, then that tells me that you're slowly slipping out of alignment with the company's mission. You're not as passionate and excited. But if it's going up, that's typically the sign of someone who's getting more and more in alignment, more and more passionate, more and more excited. They're becoming more and more of an embodiment of the company's mission. They're living it more. They're sharing it more. It's a direct reflection. If you're stabilized, if you're flatline, you haven't grown. It hasn't increased. Your alignment hasn't increased with the company's mission. You're not, your excitement, your passion for it hasn't shifted. So those are some self checks of how aligned are you with your company's mission statement, right? But here's where you say, well, I'm not really that excited anymore. I was when I joined, or I was maybe a month ago, but now I'm not. Like I have flatline, and my check is flatline too, Angela. What do I do? Or I noticed that, yeah, my income is going down, and it's because, yeah, my excitement and my passion has gone down. So what do I do? Here's the question, because I don't believe in generic training. I don't believe in, well, I can give you like, here's my 5 ways to get excited, but that works for me. That don't mean that it worked for you. So if I have to put on my coaching hat, I would coach you and I would ask you this. Was there ever a period of time where you were passionate and excited about your company? Was there ever a period of time where you were on fire about your company's mission? If so, I want you to go back and I want you to think about, and this is one of the things that you could do even after in this call. What was it that excited you then? What was it? Was it a new product that got released? Was it you got results with the product? Was it something that was happening in the company? Did you get your first sale? Like, what excites you? What did excite you in the past? Because again, if I could coach you to help you figure out what excites you, then we know that's what's been proven to work for you. So now you don't have to worry about like, well, okay, well, this is what this person is saying. I don't know if it'll work for me. I don't know, because it's so generic. If we could now drill into what has excited you before in the past, and how can we now recreate those conditions today, then we know that works for you. So if it's, oh, you know what, I got excited when there was a new product that was released. Okay, great. So we know that there's this element of newness that excites you. So if you're if your excitement has gone down, if your income now has gone down because of it, then I would ask you, if I was coaching you one-on-one and you told me, I get excited when there's something new that gets released in the company. Well, then here's what I would tell you if I were coaching you. I would say, has there been any new products that's been released in your company? Have you tried them? Or if there's like, no, they're not, there's no new products yet. Okay. Do you know, is there, where do they have these conversations about new products that are released in your company? And how can you now be a part of those conversations? Meaning, how can you stay informed so that you can continue to be excited? See, there's ways that we can now look at what excited you before in the past and how to bring that excitement back. That will now help you get more into alignment, more excited, more passionate about your company and your company's mission. And now that will be translated into your commission check, because now you'll be on commission with the company. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about was, for some of you who may not even believe that this stuff is important in terms of being in alignment, being on commission with your company in order to see a direct reflection of that in your commission check. One of the things that you'll see, like I said, if you observe some of the top earners and top leaders inside of your company, if you hop on the company calls, what do you hear these top leaders talk about? What's the energy level that they have? They're always pumped up and fired up and excited, aren't they? Because they're in alignment with, they're on commission with the company. They speak differently about the company. The top leaders, the top earners, they speak differently because they're on commission and they're earning really high commission checks. Because when you are on commission with the company, when you are excited about the mission of the company, when you're fired up and pumped up about it, you operate from a different energy. You share and you speak. You share stuff on social media. You talk about the company in a much more passionate and different way. And that gets translated into more sales and a bigger commission checks because now you're on commission with the company. So one of the things that I noticed when I first got started in the industry, and I'll tell you when I struggled, how I was looking at things, and how when I started taking off and having breakthroughs, how I looked at things. So when I was struggling, when I first got started in the home-based business industry, I would get on these company calls and I'm like, this is my attitude. I would be rolling my eyes like, okay, like, why are they always so excited? Like, what is all this energy? I don't have all this energy. Like, I just want to know what's the strategy. Like, what are they doing? I don't need to hear your story. I don't need to hear how excited you are. Like, I just want to know what you're doing. Like, what's the strategy? What's the tactics? What you doing? What's working? And that was my mindset. And guess what? I was stuck. I was struggling. But then fast forward, I get started in a company and I started transforming. I started changing. And one of the things that I did is I started peeping game now. I started looking at the top leaders and the people who were in my team, not people that I recruited, but just people who were like cross-line or whatever. And I noticed there was a difference in their energy and a difference in their commission with the company. And as a result of that, there was a difference in their checks. So I noticed the people that were not on the leaderboards, the people who weren't earning a full-time income inside of the business and the company that I was in, here's what their mindset was. And I want you to kind of look and think, okay, do I think this way? I would hear conversations like, you know what, this is the company owner's vision. This is the company owner, the CEO's company. This ain't our company. Like, we don't own this. So there was this mindset of, I'm going to be separate. This is not really my thing, but I've partnered with it, but it's not really mine. Like, this ain't really our company. Like, you have no control really of this. And, this is the leader's vision. This is the CEO. There was a separatism of them and what the company was doing. And as a result of that, as being separated from the mission, their commission checks, their commission checks weren't as high as now we look at the leaders. And I peeped game with the leaders. I said, now let me look at how they talk. So I would get on and I would listen to the company calls now, and I wasn't rolling my eyes anymore. I wasn't saying like, oh my gosh, like, where's all this energy coming from? Whoop-de-doo. I paid attention to their spirit, what they were saying, the energy that they had for the company. And what I noticed was every top leader that was on the leaderboard that I would eventually become and be on, they would say, you know what, I look at, this is like my company. So they were saying the complete opposite of the people who weren't leaders. They were saying, the top leaders were saying, this is our company. Like, when I operate in this business every single day, this is my company. So the top leaders and the top earners were saying, this is my company. I operate and I run my business as it's like I'm truly partnered with this company. But the people who weren't earning the top checks, who weren't on the leaderboard, they were saying, oh no, this is the CEO's vision. This is the CEO's company. This ain't our company. Now we're distributors, but we're not, this isn't our company. And all I did was I just peeped game. And I said, wait a second. They're saying the complete opposite, two totally different things. And I said, I want to be on the leaderboard. I want to have the results that these people having. So I'm not going to adopt the beliefs of these other people. I'm going to adopt the beliefs of the people who are on the leaderboard. I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, how can I contribute? How can I not just look at what's missing, what's wrong, what could be fixed, but say, okay, if I see it, then that means that as a partner, I'm here to do something to contribute, to yield my skills, my strengths, and my talents to making it better. So what I noticed is I had to operate from a greater spirit of partnership. That when you look at even the top earners in other companies, people outside, I started looking at people who weren't even in my company. They were top earners. I looked at the #1 female income earner in the entire industry. And I said, now, does she have this belief? And I heard her tell the story of when she joined her company. Here's what she said. She said, I went to the CEO and I said, it's not what your company can do for me. It's what I can do for your company. There was a spirit of partnership. The other thing was, she said, I'm going to make this company hip again. Like, I'm going to make it hip, not hip again, but just I'm going to make it cool. I'm going to bring some young people into this company because right now it's like older energy. But she came in with a spirit of, this is, I'm going to take over. Okay, I'm going to bring a whole new energy to this whole entire company, that now, as a result of me joining, this company will be even better because I've partnered with it. So let me tell you why, why this is important. Number one, I talk about, if you get on mission with your company, your co-mission check will increase. Why? Because commission come from being on co-mission with your company. If you've got a commission check, that means that you were at some point when, the activity that led to you getting that check, you were on co-mission. You were excited about what the company was doing. You were in alignment with what the company was doing. So if you want greater commission checks, now we got to get you to be even go and increase and have an even greater ability of you being on co-mission with your company. So here's why this is important. Number one, like I said, your check is a direct reflection of your co-mission, your spirit of partnership with the company. If you're out of alignment, if you're no longer excited, if you're no longer passionate about the mission, guess what? It will be reflected in your commission. The other reason why is, just like your check is a reflection of your being on commission with your company, guess what else? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Your team's check, which also influences your check. Your team check is also a direct reflection of their ability to be on co-mission. So if you don't know how to get on co-mission, you will now pass that lack of a spirit of partnership. You will duplicate that in your organization. And now, as a generational leader, you are now passing on the generational curse of a lack of partnership with the company that you all have affiliated with. So it is important for you to understand and for you to get in alignment, for you to increase in your ability to be on co-mission, so that now as a leader, you know how to, and you have the tools within you to now help your team get on co-mission with the company. And now all of your checks will rise as a result of it. The other reason why this is important is your recruiting will be boosted. See, when I work with my clients one-on-one, and I do this work first of helping them get clear on their mission, and now being aligning what they're passionate about, what their mission is, align it with their company's mission statement. When I do that work with my one-on-one clients, now once they're excited about what their life's mission is and what their life's purpose is. Now they see how that fits within the mission of the company. They're like, oh my gosh, Angela, like this is so much bigger than what I thought it was. Oh my goodness, like I see it now. They become leaders because leaders have vision. Right? You can read so many John Maxwell books and leadership books to know that. But the problem is a lot of people are reading books, but they're not embodying it. They're not speaking the language of a leader. So what I do is I help them say, okay, now that we have your mission and we have your company's mission and we've aligned the two, how do we create a team mission that now when you share it on social media, people see that this is bigger than a business opportunity? When you speak it and share it on Instagram, on Facebook, now people will be aligned and excited about it. And that's what's happening, because now people see, oh my gosh, this is so much bigger. And now when you recruit people on the front end who are already excited, already aligned with the mission, You ain't got to do all of this rah, motivate them, wrap them up. They're already self-motivated because you attracted and you recruited people based on the mission, not just, hey, you want to make some extra income? But it's, hey, are you passionate about this mission? Do you want to share something like this? And now you are recruiting people who are already in alignment with the mission. That helps your retention rate, where you now are able to attract and recruit and now keep your people longer. But it also helps your check, and it helps your team's check as well, because now you guys are in alignment with the company. Here's another reason why this is important, is when you create a culture in your team that doesn't operate from a spirit of partnership, that does not operate from a spirit of commission. When it's like, okay, we kind of just do our own thing. Like, this really isn't our company, you guys. We don't really own this. When that's a part of your culture, guess what? Don't be surprised when your team don't want to align with you, because you have now created that culture. Okay? Now, so it's important that you know how to operate from a spirit of partnership, that you know how to operate from a spirit of commission, so that now that is a part of your team's DNA. That's a part of how they operate. And now that makes it so much easier for them to now rally around each other, for them to rally around your team's vision and now take action and now duplicate, because now you've instilled in them the attitude, the mindset, and the mentality of being on co-mission with the team's mission, with your team's mission, and also with your company's mission. And that helps raise your commission check. The other reason why this is important, understanding co-mission, is when you now start speaking and sharing the bigger mission behind what you do, and now you have fully embodied it, it's now you're fully on board with it, other people will want to now promote you. Here's what happened with one of my coaching clients, Sandra. She was in a company that sells CBD, right? Marketing and opportunity, was posting stuff on Facebook. When she had her first coaching call with me, where I helped her get clear, Sandra, what's your purpose? What is it that you're passionate about? What's your mission? She said, I'm really motivated about empowering the black community. And then I said, okay, now here's your company's mission statement. We need to now merge the two together. And so that you can now see how your passion and your mission can be fueled and served in this vehicle of your company. And now we created the Black Empowerment Project, and we created a whole mission statement for her team, that now she's like, I'm Angela, like, I see that this is bigger now. She started posting flyers just talking about the project, the mission. She had radio stations reaching out to her, wanting to interview her, because now it wasn't just about a biz app. Now it wasn't just about CBD, but it was about something bigger, a bigger mission. She stepped into an embodied leadership. It wasn't just about, oh, let's get you reading some John C. Maxwell books and learning that, oh, one of the traits of being a leader is vision. She now embodied being a visionary, because now her vision for what this company was about, what her team was about, the bigger, broader mission, she embodied it now. She spoke it now. She became a visionary. She speaks vision. She lives vision. She walks vision. She speaks, she posts visionary things, visionary ideas on Facebook that now attracts different people. She had, like I said, radio stations reached out to her wanting to promote. Then she had like her pastor saying, oh my gosh, like, what is this project? Oh, this is so awesome. Like, keep doing it. Go after it. People who had seen and had been in her life throughout the duration of her, even when she first joined the company, all of a sudden now are taking notice. Why? What was different? She was on co-mission. So you've heard me refer to it a couple of times, but I'll bring it back here. This is something that I did when I had my breakthrough in my company and became a top leader inside of my company, and speaking on, stage, on company calls and on stages and at different events in my company. I operated from a spirit of partnership. And here's what I did. I said, I'm going to be the biggest walking billboard, the biggest living embodiment of my company's mission. And I'm going to have the best and biggest success stories with our company's products, which we hear all the time. People say, be a product of the product, right? But I decided to now live that, to embody that, to do that. And as a result of that, here's what happened. I spoke on a company call. I spoke on multiple company calls, but there's one that stood out the most for me. And I said, let me go back to before that. I said that I wanted to be so on fire for this company that I'm going to make even the people that created and founded the company, the executives that are working in the company, I'm going to get them to see things about this company that they don't even see, that they couldn't even maybe communicate to the field, to the other field of reps. I'm going to be and speak and see things that they're not even going to see, or communicate it clearly in a way that will get people fired up and pumped up like I was. That was my spirit. That's what I wanted to contribute. That's the partnership that I wanted to have. So here's what happened. One company call that I hosted, that I actually, we had like a series of speakers, and I was one of the speakers, and I had like a 30-minute time slot. Not much, but I had 30 minutes. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. So during that 30-minute time slot, I spoke about getting the customers that I got, over 400 in that company. And I gave them the strategy, right? I gave them the how-to, the education of what I did and how I did it. But then I said, you know, I can give the how-to a person, but if I'm giving it into someone who still doesn't really get what we're up to, isn't fully in alignment with our mission and what we are about, and don't really get it yet, and still think it's about a product or a business opportunity, then I would have done them a disservice. I got to get them riled up, fired up, and in alignment with what we're doing and what we're about, because it's bigger than these products that we have. And I talked about that on the call. And I'm fired up, and I'm saying, look, here's what we're really up to, you guys. And here's how, even in the marketing of what we do, how our mission is being accomplished through you, even through your marketing. And then here's how I'm going to share with you how even what we're up to in terms of being empowering other people, how we're so much in integrity that our events that we have, the names of them, map out the exact transformational process to being empowered in your life. And I broke down each event and how this is what was key in helping you be empowered to be your best self and to live the life that you wanted. I broke that thing down because I saw it, I believed in it, and I gave from a spirit of partnership. So here's what happened. While I was on that call, I had my Facebook tab open, and I could see like all these, messages, inbox messages coming through, and I couldn't read them because I'm doing the call live. And I looked at the Facebook chat afterwards, and it was our whole team. Like we had a little chat, a group chat, and they were on while I was doing the call, and they were like, "Oh my, go Angela, go! Oh, she's on fire! Oh my God, I'm so fired up! I'm so pumped up about the company." My being on commission, my excitement, my alignment with the mission of the company was so strong that on a 30-minute call, it got the entire field riled up. It got my team riled up. Then my sponsor was in that chat. And I looked at it after I did the call, right? And she said, "Angela, I'm in the chat," because when you really one of the top earners, you have a separate chat. So she had a separate group chat with the top executives in the company. And she said, "Angela, they are going crazy over here in the group chat. They're like, oh my gosh, she gets it. Oh my goodness, she's nailed it." I became on alignment. I was in alignment with the company. I was on commission. I embodied the spirit of partnership. I explained what this company was up to in a way that fired up even the executives within the company. That's what's possible for you when you are in alignment with the mission of your company. You will have now opportunities. You will be given opportunities to speak on company calls, on the stage of company events, because just to real talk, just to let you know how the game really is, people are not going to give you their platform if they don't see that you resonate with what they resonate with. If they don't see that you are fully on board with the mission of their platform. So you have to have a spirit of partnership where it's not just about what you want and what you want to get and it's all about you, but it's what are you really all about? What is this company all about? And how can I yield and serve and give and contribute my gifts, my talents to this company, because I don't partner with stuff. I don't just join stuff, I partner with it. So I've been hinting at and talking about this whole idea of spirit of partnership. And so I want to get into like the how-to now. So hopefully this has inspired you. You start to see now, wait a second, The people that are at the top, yeah, they have this excitement, they have this energy that maybe I don't have yet, or I don't have it at the level that they have it. And now because of this live video, Angela, I see now that that's a tweak that I need to make. Now maybe you see, okay, this is why this is important. I gave you the different reasons, 5 reasons why it's important for your check, for your team's check, all of those things for your recruiting. Now you're like, okay, well, how do I do it? So the first thing I want to say is you have to operate from a spirit of partnership. I've been talking about it, but let me explain what that means. It's about you being able to say, okay, when I join something, I don't just join and get in it. It gets in me. I allow it. I go all in with it. I embrace all aspects of it. I become the living, walking billboard of it. That's the spirit of partnership. The spirit of partnership is I'm looking for how I can contribute. How can I make this partnership great? So just like I said, one of the top earners who in this entire industry said when she joined her company, she didn't say, well, what can this company do for me? She said, what can I do for this company? How can I make this company even better because I joined it? When I started rising to the top of my company, the CMO at the time, the chief marketing officer, inboxed me. He said, you know what, Angela? Me and the CEO are having conversations all the time about how can we have more Angelas in the company. That came from a spirit of partnership. My willingness to say, I want to be on commission. That I'm not just looking for, okay, like commission checks, yes. But where does that commission check come from? It comes from me being in alignment and on commission with the company. So it starts with having a spirit of partnership. So for you, that may mean, how can I operate at such a level of passion, excitement, of results in the company that now other people, other executives in the company will say, how can we find more of you? Right? Another way of operating a spirit of partnership is saying, okay, what are some things that I'm seeing that could be improved in the company? And now because I'm a partner, what can I do? What do I have control over that can help now improve the company in that way? How can I produce a certain level of results so much that now I'm in the room where those conversations are happening about what can we do and how can we change it in the company? I'll talk about the spirit of partnership in this way. One of the things that God reminded me of when I was preparing the content for this video is there was a church that I attended when I was living in Austin, Texas. And I'll never forget that church. Usually when, people who attend a church and they call them church members, right? They're a member of the church. When they join the church, you're now a member. This church said, no, we don't call our people members. And I said, here's why we don't even call our people members. Is because it implies and it produces this culture of consumption, of consumerism, where now if we call even the members of our church members, they said, oh no, what will happen is people will come and they'll be in this church and they'll join it, but then they won't want to participate and partner. They just want to sit and they want to now, like if they see anything that's wrong, they will complain. This church didn't even want to even name and title their members as members. They said, no, we're partners. And here's how they looked at it. I remember I said the way that you be on commission with a company where you can now get more commission checks is you got to operate with a spirit of partnership with your company. Well, God reminded me of this church. This church said, look, we have a different membership process than everybody else. We have a partnership process because we believe in people being partners with us. Now, I know in our industry, network marketing, we always tell people, like, this is my business partner. And I've partnered with this company, but really, have you truly partnered? We use a lot of words, but are you operating with the spirit of partnership? So let me go back to this church example because it'll drill it home. So this church said, we want you to think really carefully before you join this church because this isn't a membership. This isn't like a club you join, like where you go and you get benefits. Like, we'll have access to these classes, and this is how a lot of churches usually market and talk about their membership. But they said, no, we have a partnership program. Here's how this looks. We're going to share with you our vision. We're going to share with you our values. We're going to share with you what we're up to, and we want you to see if you want to partner with us in accomplishing that mission and, you know, living according to these values. And if you don't, hey, no harm, no foul. Like no judgment. We're happy. We'll be okay with it because we really truly want partners. We don't just want members. So here's what happened. I became a partner of that church. That even just having that mentality, even before I joined, they said, okay, look, we want to indoctrinate you into this culture here now. Like, you're not just coming on board to just like sit and attend and consume. So their mentality, even just in the process of becoming a partner, my mentality was different by the time I became a partner. So here's what happened. When you become a partner, they have you sign a partnership agreement. And partnership agreement is just basically like, here's the mission for the church. Here's what our values are. Here's what, you know, and then what they would do is every year you have to renew your partnership commitment. And they said it like this. It wasn't like, look, we're going to make sure that you really want to be like, it was more of like, hey, look, we know things change. We know, you know, people are at different stages in their life that things may change. You know, you might not want to be partnered with us anymore. We're cool with that. So we just want to make sure that each year you're reevaluating where you're at with us, right? Where's your level of partnership and commitment? And if you're like, hey, I don't want to renew, hey, no harm, no foul. So there's this element of, before we even bring people on board, how are we describing who we are? And in our industry, what I see that really contributes to a lot of the issues that people have in terms of their team not being able to duplicate, people not taking action, is because, and here's just something that you can reflect on, when you marketed the opportunity, when you market people to join your team, where you're always like, okay, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to get this and this and this, and we're going to provide this much support, and we're going to do all this. It's you are having them operate from a consumption mentality, like, oh, okay, like, so I get all these things and this, I'm a member, I'm a team member, and I get all these benefits and all these perks, and yeah, cool. Or are you more like the church that I attend in Austin that says, hey, this is what this company is all about. Here's the mission of our company. Here's what we're really up to in the world. And our team that's a part of this company, we've partnered with this company. And now this is what our team's mission is. And so our role in having this opportunity presentation today is not to get you or persuade you or to convince you into that this is the right opportunity for you. We want to let you know what we're up to in the world. And here's what we know. We know that the people who we really want to partner with are the people who are really passionate about this mission. And even if you hear this opportunity and you say, you know what, not really for me, we've done our job. Because for us, this is about not only supporting you, but what can you contribute to this mission? What do you see that we don't see? And how can you give and serve and contribute that into this organization? Because here on this team, we're truly business partners, and it's not just a word, but it's how we operate. We operate from a spirit of partnership. So we're bringing our leadership team, we're bringing these abilities, we're bringing these resources and tools. But here's what we know. We know that we don't have it all together. We know that we don't have a lot of, we're not perfect. We don't have everything filled. We need you. If you feel and you sense that this is what you're passionate about and you really are passionate about this mission, then we're looking for you as well. And it's a different mindset. So that's why I say, like, the reason why we have the lack of duplication in our industry, the reason why we struggle, I've heard even top trainers in the industry say you got to recruit 20 people to find 2 leaders. Well, yeah, you do when you just go up to people and say, hey, you want extra income? Hey, Aunt Sally, you bet you could use some extra money right now. And you're not recruiting based on a mission. So you will have the attrition rate that you have. You will have to burn through all of those numbers and all those different people when you don't seek to align people from the beginning, from the gate, on your mission. And so that's what I do with my one-on-one clients, helping them get clear on, like, okay, what's your life's mission and what's your purpose? What are you passionate about? Okay, now what's your company's mission? And now how can we infuse it into an overall team mission that you'll actually be excited about because it incorporates what and who you are and what your mission is. And now how can you communicate it in a way where when you post it on Facebook, when you post it on social media, people are excited about it. So this is about operating with a spirit of partnership, and I talked about that. But then I want to address this, and then I'll talk about why people resist this. and why there may be some resistance that may be coming up to going all in with your company and saying, I'm going to be on commission with my company. Because there's some things, if you're not there yet, there's some things that you are doing there are ways that you're operating that is resisting that, right? And I'll tell you some common things that I hear from people that stops them from fully going all in with being all in with their company. And I'll talk about that now. I'll talk about like how can you get clear on what your mission is, what your company's mission is, and how to create a co-mission and how to do it in a way and start recruiting people. So what stops people? Why do people resist going all in? Here's a couple of things I hear. This is what I heard when I was rising to the top of my company from people who still were stuck and struggling. This is some of the things that I heard from them. These are some of the things that I see when I hear and I listen to conversations of people maybe like you who are in a home-based business and you're struggling. I can hear it in your language. One of the things that I hear that stops people and have this level of resistance is, well, this company isn't mine. Like I don't own the company. This isn't my company. So I don't really want to like on social media. I don't really want to like post a lot about the company, because I don't really own it. This ain't really mine. So I'm gonna chill on that. I'm not gonna like really go hard for the company that I partnered with. I don't really want to do it. And the reason why people have that in them and that mentality in them is for a couple of different reasons. Number one, they may have experienced a company being shut down on them, a company folding on them. So out of that experience, they now have a certain level of fear. And that fear stops them now from fully being invested and fully being a good partner because they haven't healed from what was going on in that partnership, right? That's one reason. They had a direct experience. Number two, they may not have had a direct experience, but they followed people who started systems who had that experience, and that in the marketing of these marketing systems said, you got to brand yourself. Like you got to, because companies can fold. You don't own the company. So they were marketed in a spirit of fear of, well, yeah, the company can fold. So you don't want to be in that situation. So you don't ever want to like go all in and do all these posts about a company, because then what happens if the company folds, or what happens if the company doesn't exist anymore, or they stop doing the MLM side or whatever. So then what it does to people is they kind of just go like this. They like, I'm gonna put a little bit out there about the company, but then and then their check go like that too. Their check kind of go back and forth, just like how they're going back and forth, right? So what's the advice of this? Does that mean that like we supposed to ignore the possibility that a company can fold? No, absolutely not. Here's what's so beautiful about the God that I serve. He allowed me to go through that exact experience of a company folding just so I could give you some wisdom on this call about how to handle it, how to prepare for in the event that might happen, but still go all in and still be fully partnered with the company, so that now you have the wisdom of somebody who had that experience of a company folding, but was still able to thrive even after it, because there were some things that I did to walk in wisdom as I was being fully all in with the company. Okay, so here's what I'll say. If that's your resistance, it's like, yeah, I know I should be like really like more adamant about my company online and really being more passionate about the mission of the company and talking about it, but I'm kind of have this fear that the company may fold. How can I really go all in with being on mission with this company and being an advocate for this company and being a partner with this company, but yet still prepare for the possibility that the company may fold? Here's what I'll tell you. 4 things. Number 1, you can go hard for a company. And when I say go hard, I mean fully embrace it. Like you're not in hiding. You're not like in the network marketer protection program where you're like, I can't really reveal my true identity. So I'm just going to act like I'm going to be very generic and I'm never going to mention nothing about the company. And now you're not even partnered. Like we don't even know that you hooked up with the company. We don't even know. We can't see it because, again, like I said, a lot of people are afraid. So how do you still fully go all in, still fully be on mission with the company publicly, not in hiding, but yet still prepare for the possibility that, okay, well, like, what if the company folds? Here's what I did, and that helped me to thrive. Number 1 is save a percentage of your income. Like this is like basic fundamental financial management 101, right? But it's as you're earning a check, as you're earning income in the company, save a percentage of it for savings in case something do go wrong. Okay, that's common sense knowledge, right? But I wanted to throw that in there. That helps. Number two, as you are earning and increasing in your income, never go and live above your means. That was one of the best advice, best words of wisdom that a leader told me was, even as your income is increasing, Angela, don't live above your means, right? Number three, this is more important. People are more afraid of their company folding. But for me, I'm more concerned if you don't have this. This is what should freak you out and panic you. Build an email list. Have a list of people that you have acquired from your YouTube marketing, from your Facebook marketing, from your Instagram marketing, so that now you have an asset that you own in terms of the contact list that you have. So as you're out here doing all this marketing, are you collecting an email list? Because now, even when the company folded, I had this list and I had a relationship with this list. I also had a relationship with my customers. Same thing with you. Have a relationship with your customers. The final thing is work on developing the skills so that now, even if a company folds, you know how to sell and you know how to operate with a spirit of partnership. So now, no matter what the next move or next stage is, you not only have the skills, you not only have the savings, you not only have the email list, you not only have the ability to sustain your livelihood because you didn't live above your means, you're good. So that frees you up to now say, okay, I have a plan now. So now I'm about to go really hard in the paint with this company. I'm really going to now be the living fully embodiment of this company's mission. I'm going to be on co-mission. I'm going to be a true partner with this company. And now you're freed up from it. Instead, you're not operating from a spirit of fear of like, oh my gosh, well, the company might fold, or, oh, the company might end, so I'm not really going to like ever talk about it. I'm just act like I'm not really in a relationship with this company. Look at the top earners and the people on your leaderboard and look at their marketing, look at their social media platforms, and you tell me if they are in hiding or not. Gotta be aligned, gotta be visible, gotta be excited and passionate about what you have partnered with. And if hopefully I've helped reduce that resistance, if that was there, of like, yeah, but I don't know, what if the company, we don't ask what if, we say, well, if this happens, here's my plan, and I gave you a 4-point plan for how to address it, so that now let's go, let's get it, let's go all in, let's be truly a partner, let's now truly be on mission. Here's the other thing I hear. So Angela, I hear you that we have to like really be on mission. I have to be really passionate, excited, and aligned. And I don't say have to be, because that language even tells me like, no, it's like, I want to be like, when I join something, I want to be fulfilled and excited about it. So I get to be fulfilled and excited about it. But now, okay, so here's the thing, Ange. I get that if I'm on co-mission, if I'm aligned, I'll be excited, I'll be passionate about the company. But here's the thing, here's my fear, here's why there's a little resistance that comes up. And I get other leaders are doing that, and I see that that's working, but here's why I've resisted it. I don't want to become one of those people. Like I don't want to be like one of those people. You know what I mean, Ange? Like one of those people. One of those people are, I don't want to be like one of those people who are like, they join something, and then they get like all obsessed about it. Everything that they say, they're always talking about their company. Every post that they make on Facebook is about their company. They just become obsessed. They lose themselves, and they just all of a sudden now they just be company robots and clones, and now all they think about, all they talk about, all who they are now, it's just like their whole identity gets wrapped up and consumed and warped by this company. And I just, the reason why I've been holding myself back from doing the thing that I see other leaders do in terms of being fully on board and fully passionate and vocal and visible about the company that they've partnered with, is I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to look like one of those people. I don't want to appear like one of those people. I don't want anybody, my friends or family or anybody that follow me, to think that I've now become one of those people. Is that the resistance that you have? See, I'm just speaking about these are all the things that I had to go through, right? These are all the resistance points that I had to go through to transform into a true partner in my company, to be truly on co-mission with my company, to then start earning greater commission checks. So if I'm speaking to you, I want you to share that in the comments. Even if you're watching this on the recording of it and not live, say ouch, Ange, or amen, or yeah, you're hitting home now. You're hitting home. You all up in my house now. You all up in my mind now, Ange. Okay, so how do you handle that one? How do you deal with that kind of resistance? I've heard that before. You know, when I was rising in the company that I became a top leader in, I even heard people say, like, I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid. Like, they equated it to a drink, a sugary drink. They said, I don't want to drink the Kool-Aid. Like, I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be like a clone, right? Like, I want to still have my personality. And I'll never forget when I started becoming, you know, the person that speaks on the company calls and all this stuff. I had a friend of mine that was in the company who was really struggling inside of the company because she was struggling internally, right? And I'll never forget, one of the things that she said to me was, Angela, it just seems like some of these leaders become clones, like, of the company founder. Like, they start speaking like him and talking like him, and their whole personality is like him. And then she gave an example of someone, and I was like, yeah, I saw it too. Like, this person really literally is like transformed and become a clone of the company owner. And I said, but let me ask you a question. Do you think I act anything like the company owner? And here I am, I'm, you know, on the leaderboards, I'm crushing it, whatever. Like, do you think that I'm like that? She's like, nah. And I was like, do you think our sponsor, because we had the same sponsor, do you think our sponsor acts like that, or her sponsor? She's like, no. And I said, okay, so the evidence shows, right, that yes, there are some people who just all of a sudden start imitating and start cloning, and they start rising to the top. But we've kind of just like refuted this whole logic that, like, in order for me to hit and be successful in this company, I have to become a clone of someone else, because your friend here still has her own personality, who doesn't talk and act like this owner, and even the other people, our other leaders. And so I wanted to say this because so many times, and this is how this relates to how do I overcome this resistance if I don't want to become one of those people. A lot of times we find the worst case scenarios. We find the worst case examples of people. And you put so much of your focus on who you don't want to be, that my question to you is, who do you want to be as a success in this company? So for me, I was like, I want to stay true to who I am. So I didn't look at and find and focus my attention on the people who, like, became somebody that they weren't. I looked at the people who stayed true to who they were and still succeeded. So I want to ask you, have you put so much focus on people who are like you said, are like all of a sudden robots, all of a sudden everything is all about the company. If you look at their whole entire post on Facebook or on Instagram, it's all about the company. Well then, yeah, if you feed in your mind with all of these people in your company who that's all they do, and quite frankly, I would tell you, those people, I don't know how successful they are. Because I'm willing to bet, and maybe not, but I'm willing to bet that those people that you are looking at, that you spent so much time focusing on, that you've allowed their behavior to create a level of resistance to the spirit of partnership that you need to operate in, that you looked so much at what they're doing that they probably haven't, like I said, been that successful, and you've allowed it to block your success. When instead you should be looking at, you should say, okay, I've identified now that I don't want to be that person. So who do I want to be? I want to be someone who I know that I need to now be someone who displays an even greater level of being on commission, but I don't want it to be like all consuming. All I do is talk about this company. And this is where now we get into a limiting belief that you have. If you're thinking that way, your belief right now is, well, in order for me to go all in order for me to like really display a spirit of partnership, in order for me to be on commission with the company and start being more vocal and more visible about it, like now I gotta like all of a sudden post all day about the company and all of my posts have to be like that. No. I didn't say that. See, even when I teach social media strategy to people, I talk about there should be a variety and a diversity to your posts. Everything shouldn't be about your company. But here's the brilliance of how I teach and I work with my clients in terms of this co-mission and leading around your team's mission. One of my clients who's in Avon, I did this work with her, and I got clear on what her mission is and what her purpose is, and now we aligned it with Avon's mission. And she's like, oh my gosh, we're so excited. And then now when we did her social media strategy, when I gave her like, here's the outline of things to post, it wasn't just about like, here's about Avon, and here's our biz up, and here, join our company, join our business. No, it was about the bigger mission, the purpose project that she is unleashing and that she's about. So now she gets to talk about purpose. She gets to talk about all the things that prevent people from living and walking in their purpose. She gets to talk about like you're actually limiting you're actually limiting what you can and are able to talk about by not embracing the concept of being on co-mission, identifying what your mission is, identifying what your company's mission is, and merging the two together, and now having a bigger vision and mission behind what you're doing. When you do that, it actually will open it up for you to be able to see. And now here's what's so brilliant about this strategy is when you start posting now about your project, whatever it is, whatever we uncover for you, when you start talking about this bigger mission, because part of your purpose and mission is in it, it will resonate with people now. Just like I said, my client, her pastor was like, oh my gosh, yeah. And she was like, oh my God, Angela, this is like what I've been up to, what I've always been passionate about. So now it didn't look weird that she joined this, CBD company, or it didn't look weird that she was doing this biz op, but it made sense. They're like, oh my gosh, yeah, you've always been about empowering the Black community. Oh my goodness, it made sense. So actually, if you want to be able to expand what you do talk about and start talking about the things that are more passionate, that you're more passionate about, if you want to now have people that are around you, your friends, your family, the people that are connected to you, to say like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. Oh my gosh, like that seems so cool. You get to do. I remembered you talking about that, or man, that's just so who you are. That's so you. That's what happens when you get clear on your mission, your company's mission, and you align the two together and go on co-mission. Not only do you have greater level of commission checks because you're on commission, but you have greater levels of fulfillment. You have a greater level of freedom because now you can talk about some of the topics that light you up. And to me, that's the best and only way to build this type of business, when you're fulfilled and free. And that's what I want to talk about. Other thing, let's see. The other thing that I hear people say is that like, this isn't my personality. Like I don't usually get riled up or excited or obsessed about something. And like, I'm kind of more chill. And this is kind of like, this is for me, this is for my introverts who are like me. That was something that was an area of resistance for me in terms of fully embracing and taking on this idea of like, I'm partnered with this company. Because I was like, yeah, I'm just kind of chill. I'm relaxed. So, like I'm very driven. I'm very determined, all this kind of stuff. But like, I'm not really like one of those people who like, I was looking at, and I was remembering the people that I heard on company calls were like, hey, so I'm so excited, you guys. We're here tonight and it was like that energy. And I'm like, no, if I gotta be that ain't me. So I'm not gonna be successful in this because that's not my personality. So this goes back to, again, there's a limiting belief that I had to talk this way. Like excitement, is only displayed from, hey, oh my gosh, you guys, like that drains me from just pretending to do it for the 2 seconds I just did it. Like I have this belief because a lot of the people that I heard, that I listened to on the company calls, that's how they talked, right? In the previous company that I was in. But then what I had to do is what I said before about this whole, if you have this belief of like, I gotta be a clone, I gotta be somebody that I'm not, I gotta like operate at a different level and be someone different and be inauthentic to who I am. You have to now look and intentionally look for people who had personalities similar to you, so you can crush that belief. Just like with my friend, where I had to say, look, you ain't gotta be a clone of the company owner. Like, look at your best friend here. She's like, oh yeah. I said, look at your sponsor. Oh yeah. Look at your sponsor's sponsor. Oh yeah. So all of a sudden now it crushed that belief because she had visible evidence for the direct opposite of that limiting belief that was limiting her and limiting her success inside of the company. So for you, you're like, I gotta have this personality. I gotta be like I have to speak a different way and I have to have like this like greater level of exuberance that I normally have. No, because for me, again, use my example, use me as proof of this. I had to look at, okay, when I get excited, how do I act? How do I talk? Like, just remembering and reflecting on that. So for me, most of it is just like, yo, like, we can do this. Like, this is what we can do. And notice my voice isn't, when I'm excited, it's not, okay, so look, I'm so excited. This is so awesome, you guys. Like, I don't know if you, like, that ain't how I talk when I'm excited. And I didn't have to be inauthentic to who I am. But you are capable. Like, if you have blood pumping through your veins, you've been excited about something in your life. And what I'm saying is, what excites you and how do you behave authentically when you are excited? And now infusing more of that into your company's mission, and having greater excitement about your company's mission. And it's not faked, right? So this is what I want you guys to understand, that even if you're not excited and passionate about it right now, the first thing that we have to get clear on is, what is your life's mission? What is it that is your purpose that you are excited about, that drives you? And then now, once we discover that, okay, now how do we connect that to your company's mission and merge the two together, and now create a powerful recruiting message about your team's mission that will get like-minded people on board. So if you want to know, so I've given you pretty much everything. I didn't want to go this long, but I've shared with you why money is a reward for being on commission, how your commission checks are a direct reflection of your being on commission with your company. I've talked about why it is important, why it is important for your check and your team's check, for your ability to recruit, your ability to duplicate. I talked about all of that. I talked about what is the spirit, where do you need to now, what is a tangible, practical thing that you can do. I said, start operating more in a spirit of partnership. I gave you all of the different ways that you can operate from a greater level of partnership. The other thing that I would say, putting on my coaching hat, is, where are you currently partnered up? Or who are you currently partnered up with? So if you're married, if you're in a relationship, if you are in a relationship with your church, if you're partnered with a church or organization, I want you to start looking at, like, where are you already operating with a spirit of partnership, where you've partnered with someone, you've committed to someone or some project or some organization, or even with your job, your employer. And I want you to just look and say, okay, what is operating in a spirit of partnership? What does that look like for me in these other areas outside of my home-based business? How do I operate with a spirit of partnership? Like, what do I think about? What do I think about? What gets me to operate from a greater level of partnership? Is it a level of trust in that other person? How do I display a spirit of partnership? Is I commit to, like, for example, if it's a relationship or a marriage, I commit to someone if it's marriage, for the rest of my life. So then, if that's how you display a spirit of partnership, then the question becomes then, for you, like, how can I practically display a greater level of partnership and commission with my company? Is, well, what's your commitment in terms of time? Like, right now, are you only operating in a spirit of partnership only until the company does something you don't like, or until you're partnered and you're excited and aligned, only up until the point, until you start having some challenges in your business, and then now you're not partnered. You don't operate with a spirit of partnership or commitment or dedication to the mission. How can you now operate with that same level of commitment, similar level? I mean, it's different, right? When you're committed to someone you're married to, but maybe you need to have a greater, like, maybe you just need to have an engagement to your company. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you just need to say, okay, right now I'm at the point where, like, even if anything goes wrong, if I get too many rejections, I'm considering quitting. Like, that's the spirit of partnership that I have right now. That's the level that I'm operating in when it comes to the spirit of partnership. That, like, the minute I hit some sort of level of challenge, I'm considering I'm out. Well, then now let's say, okay, how can we raise your level of spirit of partnership, where now you say, you know what? I'm going to commit to a year with this company. That's even greater than, okay, if something happened, I'm out. Right? How can we raise your level of partnership, your commitment? If you realize, like, man, in order for me to really be partnered with something, I have to, like, really trust who I'm partnering with. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe you don't trust your company's leadership. So maybe that means, maybe I need to like really hop on the company calls when the CEO is talking, the founder of the company. Maybe I need to follow the company, the founder on social media, so I could get a bigger, get more informed of who this person is in terms of, like beyond just the company. Like maybe that might help. You get what I'm saying? So now you gotta really get clear on what helps you to operate in a greater level of spirit of partnership. I've already talked about other things in terms of like, what can I contribute? What gifts do I have that I can bring to the table? All of those things, like, we talked about that, but I wanted to drill it more home to you because, again, you've operated from a spirit of partnership at some point in your life with something. You may have, partnered with a friend to throw a party. Okay, cool. What did that look like? What did that partnering look like? Did it mean that, okay, we got clear on like what we wanted to do? How do we wanted to do it? What's our goal? So then now maybe for you, it's a greater level of spirit of partnership in your company is connecting with your upline and saying, okay, like I really want to partner. Like what's the goal for the team? Like what do you see our team doing? And I really want to partner with you. And now I want to contribute. Like if we have a goal as a team to bring in 100 people in the next 90 days, I'm committing in the spirit of partnership that I want to contribute 10 of those 100, or I want to contribute to 30 of those 100, whatever it is. Like that's what I mean. Like really getting clear on like, when do you operate from a spirit of partnership? What works for you? And then now thinking about it, reflecting and saying, how can I do that in my company? Okay. Last thing I want to share with you. I did a call for my insider membership. I have a membership program, a membership site where once a month I do Q&A calls, and then I also do sometimes some trainings. And I did a training on how to discover your mission, how to now align it with your company's mission, and like literally it was like fill in the blank. Like I walked through exactly what I do with my one-on-one coaching clients, and I did this training in my membership site. So if you're like, okay, I get it, I know I need to do this, but I really don't know like what my mission is and how to infuse it with my company's mission, and I don't even know how to like communicate it or talk about it, or how to communicate my team's mission in a way where people can get excited about it and want to join our team. That's what I covered in our last insider membership training. So if you want to access to that, I'll put a link below in the comment section for the $1 trial, like to just get in, and that way if you like it, if you want to stay on, you can. But you'll see the last Q&A call recording is the one that I'm talking about, and you'll be able to get in and watch that training. For those of you who want to work one-on-one with me, I have a 6-month program called Fulfilled and Free, where not only do I help you like get aligned with your company, get on co-mission with your company, but I also show you and walk you through how to now recruit, how to now duplicate, so that you can go from a part-time to a full-time income. And so if you're interested in the Fulfilled and Free coaching program, just inbox me here on my Facebook page. But I just literally walked you through A to Z, how to increase your commission checks inside of your company by being on commission. So that is all that I wanted to share. If you just hopped on, go back and watch the recording. But yeah, that's really the key. If you want to get greater levels of commission checks, you have to have a greater level of being on co-mission with your company. That is the key. That is the key. Operate from a greater level of spirit of partnership, you guys. Even starting tomorrow. Start tomorrow. Say, how can I be on a greater level of being on commission with my company? How can I display a greater level of partnership inside of my company? And let me know if this is helpful to you. Even if you're watching the feedback of the recording of it, comment below. Let me know, so that way I can know that this type of stuff you guys like to watch and like to see. So be prosperous, be blessed, and also be in partnership inside of your business and outside of your business too, right? This is not just about leading a fulfilling life and a fulfilling business, but it's about leading a fulfilling life. And so that operating from that greater level of spirit of partnership will not only help you in your business, but also in other areas of your life and your relationships, just across the board. It will totally elevate and transform, how your relationships and how you live and the results that you produce. So with that being said, have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.